So I haven't done one of these Palace drop list videos in a while. Generally the drops are usually kind of small. It honestly seems like interest is kind of moving a little bit away from Palace. They got some pretty high prices. A lot of their pieces have been lacking lately, so not a whole lot of attention there. But they do have one of my favorite pieces dropping this week, so I figured I would make a quick little video about it. So to start off, you have these kind of like pullover, I want to say water resistant, maybe waterproof jackets. Just pretty basic. You got Palace down the hood, and then you got the little tri-ferg on the bottom, and then these ring zippers that unzip side pockets. And this is actually a zip up, not a pullover or a track jacket or anything. I feel like I probably said that because this black colorway kind of reminds me of that one that X had with the little tri-ferg down there. I think that was a track jacket. Moving on, you have this P dove pigeon type design, and I like to think of it as a pigeon because that starts with P as well. Palace pigeon, you got the P for the head. But they've done designs like this before. They had a turtle, I believe, last season or 2 seasons ago. But this is kind of playful. It's not like a crazy design. It looks a little cheap, kind of like something you'd see from Alex's Stupid Shirts maybe. But interesting design. I see why people would like it. Personally, I just don't think that is like that cool. For me, like, I wouldn't buy that, but it's a design I can respect at least. Next up, you have these hoodies, and I believe it's pronounced channel, the fabric that they have the actual branding in. It's almost like a carpet where it's like raised and pretty, not like soft and fluffy, but like a little hard and kind of like that carpet material. I think these are trash. There are some better colorways than this green one, definitely, but overall, definitely not worth it. So this is definitely one of the designs I liked more. This is a Palace bowl of cereal, and you got little tri-fergs and peas in the cereal. Got the milk splashing around, and it says Palace on the front of the bowl. I think this is a cool design. It's pretty creative. They work the tri-ferg in there, the P in there, and then if that's not loud enough for you, you have the Palace spell out on the bowl as well. I think it's a cool design, has decent colorways. I like the color that they chose for the cereal, and works well on this black tee. There's also this striped shirt dropping. I think this is absolute trash. I really don't like when they do this kind of like uneven stripes. I do not care for that at all. We've got this like ear flap hat dropping, and I think the silhouette is kind of cool. You get the button on cover for shade or warmth possibly, but they've done way better ones than these. I know I got my brother one from like 2 seasons ago, and I thought they were way cooler. They had like a camo orange. Oh no, it was Real Tree is what it was. I was thinking it was Gore-Tex, but yeah, it was like the Real Tree ones, and they had something very similar to this. It doesn't look like it was as warm as this, whereas this might be like for warmth. That one was definitely for shade. Another hat you have dropping is this basically a hat. I'm not sure that's what the name of it is, but it fits with all the other basically a pieces. If you're not familiar, Palace does this all the time. They just have this logo with the blue bar above. Yeah, blue bar above, red bar below, and then they call this stuff like basically a. They'll have like basically a long sleeve, and it'll have that logo on the chest. This is basically a cap. You also have this P pigeon pin. If you guys are into pins, go for that. So I saved the best for last. This is probably my favorite design from this season, and this is, I want to say, the Trigrain. I want to say it's like a play on migraine, but they have this tri-ferg, and the dude, obviously with the headache, going through some pain. Dude looks like the meme where it has the different levels of the brain kind of starting to glow because you reach such a high level of enlightenment. Along with that, another subtle touch I like is you have Palace kind of going through his arm. I don't think they necessarily put it there on purpose, rather than it's just his arm is kind of transparent and you see the Palace there. But I think it is definitely cool that you can kind of see that in the background a little bit. I think some of the colorways were missing for this design. They weren't the greatest, but that being said, this yellow and red colorway is definitely really cool. I love the red tri-ferg design, Trigrain design, and with this colorway I think it's all right, but I would have liked to see that colorway of the tri-ferg on maybe like a gray piece. I think the gray piece does like a blue design, but there are several different colorways like gray, black, white, a bunch of different colorways. Just some of them look a little bit off, but there are definitely a handful that work pretty well in my opinion. That wraps up this week's drop. I think it is week number 4 or 5 for Palace. I'm not exactly sure, but as always, the drop will be Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You guys can calculate what time that is for you. But other than that, thank you for watching. Let me know what you guys like from the drop. Are you copping anything? Do you feel like Palace is dying off, or do you think it's better than ever? But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you in the next video.